Hello guys, welcome back to another video. And it's week 2 college football. Just finished week 1. It was a blast to watch. A bunch of teams back at it in this season. And week 2, we got some good games. Let's get right to it with our first game, Arkansas versus Oklahoma State. And Oklahoma State, Ollie Gordon, their best player, probably the best running back in the country in my opinion. He's first team All-American, I'm pretty sure. And Oklahoma State at home, I think will be pretty good. I think they'll beat Arkansas because Arkansas, I don't think they're the greatest SEC team. I got Oklahoma State 35-20, the Cowboys for the win. Next game, Kansas State at Tulane. And Tulane, they were good last year. They're always kind of one of those sneaky teams who I'm not going to say, I don't think they'll make the playoffs this year with the 12 team. But they are up there just kind of trying to sneak in, not big schedules or anything. But Kansas State, they're pretty good. Lost Will Howard, though, to Ohio State. I'll take Kansas State. They're a top 20 team in the nation. Kansas State 35-31, barely in a close game. Next game, game day, Michigan and Texas. It's going to be at Michigan in the Big House. It'll be a really, really good game to watch. Quinn Ewers, we'll see how well he can handle pressure because it'll be a rowdy environment. C.J. Baxter, Isaiah Bond. It's a really, really good team for Texas. And Michigan, Alex Orji, we're not sure if he's exactly the guy, but we'll find out. I think it'll be a really, really close game, down to the wire. Texas, though, 24-23 in a game-winning field goal. I have the Longhorns getting the win. Next game, Tennessee Tech versus Georgia. And Georgia, they smoked Clemson last week. Now ETN might be running back, we'll see. But for now, Nate Fraser, he'll be the number 2 running back. I think at least Georgia should have him as number 2 over Branson Robinson, who 7 carries for 12 yards. That's not where you want to be. Fraser had like 80-something yards and near same amount of carries. Anyways, Georgia, really dang good. Number 1 team in the country. I got Georgia 56-3 in a blowout, which I think everybody's expecting, but the Dogs get the win. Next game, Baylor at 12, Utah. Utah, I have them making the playoffs. They can easily get in that top 4 with the conference. And Baylor, they're pretty good too. But Utah at home, Cam Rising for his, and got to be at least 5th year at Utah. Maybe, I could be wrong. Probably 4th or 5th, or I don't even know, 6th. But anyways, Utah, I have them getting the win, 34-31 over Baylor in a really close one. I think Baylor can handle with Utah, but Utah I have getting the win in a close one. Next one, Kansas and Illinois. Illinois, not sure much about them, but I do think the defense is pretty good and the offense isn't. Kansas, Jalen Daniels at quarterback, he'll be in maybe contender Heisman. He's really, really good, and I think that he'll get the win for Kansas, 42-17 on the road. I have Kansas getting the win. Next game, Tennessee and NC State at NC State. Nico, as a Georgia fan, I'm not going to lie, he did look pretty good last week. And I think it will carry into NC State. NC State, they're in the top 25, but Tennessee, I think, will get the win, 38-17. Their offense is pretty good. It's rolling right now. But we'll see their first kind of test, NC State, but I have the Volunteers handling them. Next game, Houston at Oklahoma. Oklahoma, they got the win versus Temple last week. Not much. They lost Dylan Gabriel. But Oklahoma, new in the SEC, going pretty good so far, and they better not blow it. But Oklahoma, I have getting the win, 45-17 over Houston. And next game, App State at Clemson, and Clemson will see if they can bounce back from the Georgia game in Atlanta last week. That was I'm not gonna say embarrassing because Georgia's really good, but Dabo, his job is it's getting there. It's getting there, but for now he's got it. And App State, they're decent. I have Clemson getting the win, 36-21. Next game, Boise State and Oregon. And Oregon, they barely beat Idaho last week. This is probably the only reason why I'm bringing this game up. And Boise State, and some people have them making the playoffs. One of those, whoever you want to say, Liberty, Boise State. I mentioned Tulane earlier, but I don't think that'll happen. But Oregon, 41-28. I think Boise State can get it close based off of Idaho. Oregon, they can't block dang Idaho, whatever they are. And then, yeah, so I got Oregon getting the win barely. Then South Florida and Bama. And the only reason I'm bringing this game up is because last year Bama won 17-10 when Jalen Milroe was trying to figure things out. Now everything's figured out. And I'm Bama 63-7 as expected. Next game, Iowa State at Iowa. Iowa offense is always pitiful. Besides, they've had good tight ends in the past, T.J. Hawkinson and George Kittle. But their offense is pretty pitiful. But Iowa State on the road getting the win, 23-16. Next game, Auburn at California. I think they played quite a bit in the past. But Auburn, they put up 73 points last week, I think. Not that it really matters, but California, they're not that good. I have Auburn 34-23. Last game, Kentucky at South Carolina. First SEC game, I'm pretty sure. And it's going to be at South Carolina. And Kentucky, last week, they looked pretty good. South Carolina did not look pretty good versus Old Dominion, won by 4. That's pretty embarrassing. But I got Kentucky 31-24 on the road. Thank you guys for watching this Week 2 Wiggins football predictions video. I'll see you guys in the next one.